woke up on the lobby floor. Yeah, last night was some kind of war. I'm coming down like a waterfall. I check my phone, but you never call. Lost in the ceiling, caught up in this feeling. I can't seem to let it go. Locked in this cage, I've been stuck here for days, and I can't seem to let you go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. My shirt
is funky.
is probably not the best shirt to wear.
It adds to the vibe. You feel me?
The craziness that is the circus. Welcome, everybody. I'm Colby.
I'm Thomas.
And welcome back to the circus here. Today we got our first playoff games. Out of the three scenes, League of Legends, DSU versus School of Mines tonight, as you probably already saw by the title. And also, we're actually going to have a doubleheader tonight, as our Valorant boys are going to be taking on University of Iowa tonight at 9 o'clock. I had to think of the time. So stay tuned after this league match for that as well. Sorry, I just keep eyeing the league chat, make sure we're all good. And
let's go.
And then tomorrow, last time we get to see the circus, maybe.
So I'm not gonna say too much. All I'm gonna say is the circus shall ride again. You feel me?
At some point.
You can't kill no circus.
Let's go, no more circus.
You wish.
But anyways, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Then we also have, I believe, Rocket League playoffs tomorrow. DSU
Indeed.
versus I don't even know who, so don't even ask me.
I also do not. We don't have a nice graphic hung up like we did last
Yeah, we
semester.
don't. I probably could look it up, but I'm sure we're going to get into match.
I think we're still waiting on
I believe
one
we
more.
are waiting for one person.
I think we're still waiting on Mini.
Rocket League is Thursday, I believe.
Oh,
Maybe Thursday.
a little bit of change up.
Pay attention to our socials. It's going to be the exact same thing. That's going to be the most updated for our Twitch. Actually, I do also want to give a little shout out to USD, who is going to be hosting the LAN event this weekend. If you do the command !CCO, which I believe Thomas just did, you will get a link. As we're getting into pick bands.
Wow. Okay.
But yes, you will get a link to USD's Twitch page where it's all going to be streamed. We're going to be hosting it, I believe, is the plan. So
Yes.
if you join,
Yes.
if you tune in here, you'll still be able to see it. But that's where it's officially going to be streamed.
And let's switch over.
Yes, let's switch over. Announcement's over. So
Urgot band number one. Okay.
surprise, first band is
Okay.
Urgot. That's what we've seen against School of Mines multiple times, and I think also UND, if I'm not mistaken. But then we have Jinx, first ban for the side of School of Mines. Makes sense, as Jinx is still a really strong pick, really, and also an amazing pick for Dragons and Hunter. We do see the Nasus ban on DSU for the second ban, which is you may think is for top lane.
That was their mid cheese.
Yes, that's if you guys remember
they
from
did.
the last time we played School of Mines, it was actually their mid laner we were banning it against.
That made me highly uncomfortable. And the Urgot jungle,
yeah,
that
I thought-
whole situation left
Was-
me feeling icky.
wasn't it UND that used Urgot jungle against
No,
us?
that was, yeah.
Yeah,
That was UND's cheese.
yeah, because they won that second game, that very first set we played against them.
Made me feel dirty.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then Victor as a second ban for the side of UND. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Vladimir. Also, I said UND. I meant School of Mines. My bad. I'm assuming this one's going to be Vladimir. And then we do see Swain as the last ban for the side of DSU. Jesus.
Okay, I'm going to need you to slow down.
Go ahead.
Stop talking. I'm going to take it from here because I'm eloquent. So we got the Zaya ban coming out of School of Mines. Is a little weird. Not a super great champ.
She's actually
in competitive.
getting...
Is she coming back?
She is actually getting more powerful recently.
Really? What'd they buff? Or is it just...
I
or is it secondhand where they just nerfed everything else?
Oh, there... Okay. So with Zuri, Zaya.
I'm going to make you drink LaCroix if you don't get it together.
I believe they just increased her Q damage a bit. With Eclipse, it's really...
Well,
Yeah, and
see,
pullback,
Frog's
yeah.
saying the pullbacks, that'd be
So
the
her E.
that'd be the E.
Yes.
Which, true,
With-
that is absolutely disgusting.
With Eclipse, it just does outrageous amounts of damage. But it's funny because Dragons and Hunter actually doesn't like playing Zaya. He thinks
No.
it's such a boring champ.
Exactly. I don't...
So,
And truth be told, like you said, the Vlad ban, I'm surprised we didn't see that.
that's-
As Crimson was
yeah.
playing ranked today, and that was what he was picking was the
It's-
Vlad.
It's usually It's usually the main ban against DSU when people play. It's both Crimson Samurai is one of his favorite champs in ranked, and actually was Homeboys, our last mid laners, favorite in ranked. This is post Zuri nerf. I was going to talk about that. So
the best Zeri build right now after all the nerfs is crit, is it not?
Yes and no. They nerfed her to the matter. They nerfed her. So how they nerfed her is they got rid of how many sparks happens with her ulti.
Okay.
And anything that's on hit only does on hit once with her pellet gun, her Q.
Oh,
I call it a pellet gun. So they nerfed it hard, but to try to make crit Zuri more reliable. But the only issue with that is I've actually played a game of crit Zuri, and you do about maybe a little bit more of the same amount of damage as Bruiser Zuri, but you don't have as much health, so you can't be as reckless. So I didn't really like the new Zuri, like the crit build, so I'm assuming we'll probably see the same Trinity Force into Titanic Hydra into Hurricane. Maybe Hurricane before Hydra, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's looking like we have a Volibear, most likely jungle, out of School of Mines here, which honestly is a really good matchup for Mines into the Amumu.
Yes,
because
actually.
Mumu doesn't do burst damage; it's all damage over time. And if Voli can proc his W, then he has so much sustain, which honestly I think is going to put him over the Mumu in like 1v.
Also, you called it wrong. It's Pogbear. But yes, Volibear just has a ton more damage output than a Mumu, so Volibear will win the 1v1 if they do match here. Also, Irelia, Gwyn being the last two bans for the side of School of Mines. Irelia actually going towards Crimson Samurai, and then Gwyn going towards Pop Pops, our top laner. And then Fiora and Nautilus are the last two bans for, which is interesting because they're thinking that it's going to be Cho'Gath mid.
I could see that. I could see that happening.
I wouldn't be surprised because last time they played Raka mid against us, so like,
yeah,
Cho'Gath's a little bit of a better step up.
Yeah, and you know, Irelia is actually another one that Crimson Samurai was playing in ranked today.
Yes, and he's pulled it out
only when he was getting top lane. So it's in his ranked matches for the day, but not in his mid lane picks.
But he has pulled it out a few sets before. I don't know if it's been against School of Mines, but he's pulled it out and done very well. So that's probably why they're scared of it.
And the Ornn pick, absolutely fantastic pick. Ornn is a great champ, superb tank, can also deal quite a bit of damage. And with the upgraded items, it
just adds a lot of late game security for DSU here.
But it's looking like we're going to have Galio mid on the side of School of Mines.
I'm calling it support, actually. I'm thinking it's going to be support.
Oh, okay.
Because Zuri Nami early game is pretty, they blow up pretty easily. Also, that's most likely a Vayne top. Oh, no, they do switch over.
So it was going to be Vayne top, probably Cho'Gath mid, Voli jungle, and Galio support.
My thinking for the Galio support here is the fact that both Zuri and Nami are pretty squishy early on, and the fact that if Zuri is taunted, she doesn't use her Q auto attack, she uses her quote-unquote normal auto attack, which doesn't do as much damage. That's probably why they decided to go with Galio here, to maybe shut down the Zuri Nami a whole lot better early on. Don't look at my shirt. But anyways,
get me out of here.
No,
I can't
you're stuck
deal
with
it.
me.
He's making me lose brain cells.
No, you've already lost all of them. But anyways, let's look at the rest of this. So this mid lane matchup, Ahri versus Cho'Gath. I will just say hands down, it's most likely going to go to the Ahri, unless Cho'Gath runs Predator with Everfrost, which he might.
If you're gonna go mid Cho'Gath, I don't think you want to go tank Cho'Gath.
No, not really. You just want that roam potential, but Ahri will still probably out roam Cho'Gath, especially once she hits 6. Yeah, that too.
Well, and the nice thing about Ahri is if she hits her stun, and then hits them with the recall of the Q, that's true damage. So I don't care how tanky you are, true damage gonna hurt.
Also, you mean the charm, not the stun?
It's still a type of stun.
Tomato.
You're charmed. You're not doing. No, it's tomato potato.
I'm about to force you to drink some LaCroix.
I have a brisk.
I don't
And
like
it's very
iced tea.
crisp.
I don't like iced tea.
It's lemon.
I also don't like lemon drinks. So, this top lane here, we got Orin versus Set. So we did. What?
I did say it.
Because you said crisp.
Maybe. I don't know. I stand by that statement. So top lane, right?
Yes, Orin versus Set. So like we mentioned before, Orin's going to provide a lot of late game security with just the added benefits of Orin items because it's free upgrades. If he can prioritize like if Dragonstone Hunter is really far ahead with Zuri, or if Crimson is really far ahead with Ari to give them that upgraded stats at level 15, I believe. Somebody can quote me if I'm wrong. It might be level 14.
I don't play
also
Orin.
correct me.
I think
it's 14 for the first
I think
ally
14
item.
is when he gets it.
See, it used to be that, then it used to be 13, then they potted it up to 14, then move it back down. It's been everywhere.
Who knows? Basically, Ornn gives the equivalent of half an item to his teammates.
For free over...
For absolute free just by leveling up.
So if he prioritizes it correctly, so if Crimson's ahead, giving it to Crimson. If Dragon's really far ahead, giving it to him. Like, they'll just be able to just steamroll even further with those items. So it just gives them a lot of late game security with that. But Set is going to be really annoying, especially into tanks with his true damage and just how brawly and bruiser he is early game. So we will probably be seeing Ornn being pushed under tower most of the time, which kind of he excels at. Once he can freeze under tower, he has done really well. Unfortunately, we have said that in the past, and it seems like he is only decently good with it with Tryndamere. Hopefully that has changed over the past couple of weeks, because I know that's kind of one of the biggest issues I talked to him about, and I think he has been improving on it. So it will be interesting to see this match.
Yeah, Pop-Pops is pretty good at playing a little bit safer and more drawn back.
Especially on tanks.
Yeah, which is honestly pretty good to do, especially in top lane. And in any lane in general, really, because it just helps set them up for a gank from your jungler, which is game-changing. It's absolutely game-changing.
Yeah, that's why freezing is so impactful as it normally is because it either forces your enemy to be extremely close to your tower to not miss CS and then risk a really easy gank from your jungler, or having to be so far back that they miss every single minion in a lane, like in a wave and a half, like 2 waves, that they're just like half a level plus behind, even if they've been in lane the exact same amount of time. So we are end game. But so if you can freeze right in front of your tower, it is impactful.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch back to... Give it a hot second. Is it going to recover? Is it going to recover? I don't think it's going to recover.
Small indie company.
Yeah, let's just
for
that real quick.
This bug has been brought to you by Thomas.
I've done nothing wrong. Can we not get in?
Okay, that does say in game. For a second, I thought that said online. Does that say no? This is spectate game.
Correct. Luckily, we already waited for the spectator delay.
Yes, so we don't have to anymore. We might be like 30 seconds in, so we might have missed like them buying items, but we should be fine, hopefully.
There we go.
Awesome. Let's go.
We're back.
And it looks like it didn't affect anything. There we go. As always, if anything goes wrong like that, it is Thomas's fault.
Prove it.
I don't have to. My word of mouth just proves it already.
So it looks like School of Mines is gonna go with a Tribush invade here.
But oh no, okay. For a second, I thought DSU was gonna run up mid here. They might see the Nami here, but nope. Nami's gonna get seen right here. And unless they waste a flash, it should be fine. They did ward. I don't know why School of Mines threw that ward on the bottom side.
Not a super effective ward there.
But as we do see DSU getting a nice little deep ward, so they know when the Volley Bear is going to be at his jungle. So very good job on DSU. And very good job on Nami to recognize when to get out of there as well.
Nami could have 1v9 to that.
at level 1.
Nami,
with-
level 1,
Hold on,
built
hold on.
different.
Hold on. What does she have first item? She would have probably maybe taken Bubble. No, she couldn't have 1v9'd with just Bubble.
Yeah, she can.
Nah.
Not with that attitude. She has Ignite and Summon Airy.
No.
Damage for days.
Okay, so I do just want to point out this very nice ward difference as we see both of School of Mines are in this tri-bush, so they'll know when DSU walks to lane if they don't go the safe way around to the bottom here, but DSU does have a more impactful ward to know when Volibear walks over to his red side, and it allows for a lot of just lane security for this bot lane and top lane know when they have to play back, when they can play a little bit more aggressive. So very good job from both Pop Pops and High Weebler to get that deep ward. We already see Set going in, as we said, being brawly early. Actually, we see a level 2 gank coming from the Amumu. Ooh, very nice flash from the Cho'Gath there to get out. But Amumu can't abuse that. That is a 5-minute timer, so I would like to see maybe Amumu trying to abuse that a little bit more, as we do see Volibear just full clearing his blue side.
Which is not going to be a very good move here for the Volley. Volley's a jungler who can have a really high influence early game,
Yeah.
which he's not going to be able to do if he's full clearing. See some really good trades from Horn and Set up here.
Why did you flash? Did get Set's flash out of the way as well, but I probably wanted a flash there. It looks like Amumu is going to hover because I know Set's going to want to come in on this fight. Ahri and Cho'Gath actually having a little bit brawl with Cho'Gath. I believe Cho'Gath got that knock up, getting some nice damage onto Ahri there. Bot lane, just doing bot lane things. Galio, Ezreal playing super safe because Ezreal can. Ahri is going to have to watch out for this Volibear, but really nice ward. I don't know who that was placed. I'm assuming Mumu. High Weebler placed that ward. So really nice ward to know that Ahri needs to back off from mid lane here. And it looks like he is going to try to head top, which... Actually, no, he's heading into the jungle. So let's see how Ornn reacts to this. So Mumu's going to be seen, but he doesn't come in and doesn't have to worry about it with Ornn. Oh, Ornn, Set is super low, but with Volibear in the area, he's probably a little bit scared to go in. So yeah, very, very nice showing from DSU so far. Very nice ward placements from both Ornn and High Weebler. Very great communication overall. Really good so far. That's what we're seeing.
Well, one thing to point out is that Cho'Gath actually hasn't warded on mid yet.
Yeah, and so he's still
and is
on
sitting on 2 wards.
So that's why he had to waste his flash earlier. As we see, Volibear is heading up towards this, but ooh, stun coming off, W
Good
coming
set
through.
stun.
Ooh, here's the issue: is he's super survivability. Unfortunately, goes to Mumu. Ornn having to flash out of here, but getting volley flash. Cho'Gath is also heading up, which will allow Ahri to get a lot of pressure here in mid lane, and it doesn't look like they are going to try for tower dive. And with Ornn having TP, I had to think there for a second. He will maybe miss like half a wave here, and it looks like Mumu's going to make sure it doesn't hit tower too hard. Ezreal and Galio pushing in wave to make sure they can have a pretty safe back here. And also, we can't really tell which build that Dragons and Hunter is going to go on this area because he started a longsword and 3 health pots.
Build
My guess is he's going to go the old Bruiser build, maybe with a little bit more crit inside of it instead of like Titanic Hydra going like a Bloodthirster or like an IE maybe, but I don't fully know because I kind of gave up on playing Zeri even though I really loved her. Really nice E from the Ornn there. Not taking a lot of damage from that W. Very nice, very nice. We do see a Mumu coming top lane they're gonna
counter
have to
gank from Volley
I would
here.
say they're gonna have to be careful with the volley coming in here. I'm assuming they are going to take the 2v2 because
Set not doing a good job of running to Volley there.
I would say he kept trying to dodge. Ooh, Ornn's super low, and Mumu's gonna finish that off. Very
That's a
nice.
2-0-1 Mumu
You know?
at 5.5 minutes.
This is very different from what we're used to. Usually we see mid and bot lane getting super far ahead, but now we're seeing Ornn actually. Pop-Pop's getting really far ahead, and High Weebler.
This could be a very fun game.
This could be a really fun game. Nice charm coming out from the Ahri.
And the Ignite as well.
Very good cleanup there. Very good pick.
And that will be level 6 for Ahri,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very good early lead to have.
That was all because of how much pressure she was able to get when Cho'Gath roamed top. Also the fact that she's been super dominating in this lane. But that'll allow her to roam quite a bit in this early-ish game to make more of an impact bot lane if it gets pretty scary for them down there. Both junglers not making a huge impact in the bot lane, but we have seen High Weebler make a huge impact top lane, so that is going to help them quite a bit no matter what.
I think this bot lane is going to be a little bit harder for High Weebler to gank, just with Ez's escape from his secondary flash, Galio's escape, and if
Galio's taunt as well.
True, Galio's taunt. So it could be a little bit difficult down here, especially just as tanky as Galio is.
Yes, and with his mana shield. But it looks like Volibear is going to be pushing out Dragon, and he is going to be seen. DSU bot lane won't. He actually decided to back off. He was probably scared of the Ahri roaming down because DSU's bot lane would have been late to that fight.
100%.
So he probably just got scared that Ahri was going to roam down and the fact that Cho'Gath wouldn't be able to. And yeah, that was good. Pretty good call. He probably just got a little too scared there. Could have maybe risked it, but it's too early in the game to want to risk anything.
Well, and at level 5 without upgraded smite.
True.
Not a great time to just be picking fights at Drake, especially when you already have Drake aggro. It can do a lot of damage in the early game.
First, I think that might have been the second ward that Cho'Gath placed here. We also see a gank on the bot side here. Nice flash from the Cho'Gath. Looks like Galio maybe went in, taunted, but taking quite a bit of damage from the Nami here. Sorry I wasn't able to get the first part of this fight. Mumu decided to go in mid here. No, stupid directed camera. Very nice bubble from the Nami to stop that Volibear engage. And they took way too much damage to try to do anything else.
Top hitting the set.
I couldn't hear it very well, sorry.
Not going in. Yeah, I think somebody messed with her gain.
I can look at it after this. Also, please let us know if just league volume in general is low on stream, because then we can bump that up definitely. Also, is your sound settings just low?
Probably.
That's why.
Not terribly, but like...
It makes a difference, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, but, I mean, come on.
Anyways, back to the game. Welcome to the circus, everybody.
Wait, this is the league client we've been using for like the last how many weeks?
Sound is account side, surprisingly.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And if you played from home and turned back down your sound, that's why.
No, but it's never been turned up, and we've been using this one for like weeks.
I think I've had to turn it up every single time we've used your account. But anyways, back to the match. Ahri getting a really nice charm onto Cho'Gath here. Going to use ulti to clean up that
Ahri
fight.
snap?
That was a very... Ahri snap?
Ahri snapped on him.
Ahri snap, crackle, pop.
Okay, that's worse. What he just said is worse than anything I've ever done.
The game sounds better now. Awesome, thank you. Again, hashtag blame Thomas.
Not my fault, bro.
Volibear actually going on to the dragon here.
But Ahri's roaming down, and bot lane's roaming up.
On say he was seen to, starting this dragon.
They do still have ward there.
We do have a split fight. Nice Nami ulti coming out. I think that still hit the Ezreal. And
it did hit the Ezreal.
Ahri.
Who early smited there?
It looks like maybe both of them did. But Volibear had to survive there, and I think
100%.
I think either High Weebler missmited or was trying to smite the Volibear. One of the two. Ulti coming out from the Zuri here is going to get bursted down, and it's just left with Nami. Also, I was mistaken. Zuri has a Noon Quiver, so she is going to be going full crit. Which I will be, we do see Herald, I didn't know they took that. Which I will be interested in seeing how Dragonson does on Zuri here, because I really didn't like the build, but that's just me. I am also hard stuck gold, and he is
better.
Basically Masters. He's just not Masters, just so he can play flex with the other guys. But yeah, so he is definitely 10 times better than me. So I am interested to seeing how this build goes.
Indeed. Great damage, and the knock up completely disregarded.
Very nice Auron ulti. Ooh. Go for it. Yeah.
Very
nice.
nice.
Also,
Very
apparently
nice.
Zuri crit build was huge in LCS this weekend, so good to know.
Oh, and as far as the Herald, that's actually why Mumu was late to drag.
Oh,
was
is that
because
why?
he was
Okay.
yes, because
Understandable.
He was grabbing Herald.
Honestly, getting a kill and first tower for Dragon, and actually another kill topside isn't the worst.
Ezreal all
Ornn?
down.
Yeah, I think that actually hit
I think
Ornn.
that did hit.
And I think Volibear is going to pick this up because Ornn doesn't have flash. Unfortunately, used it a bit aggressively. If you can, Ornn, Volibear ulti coming out to secure that kill, like half a second off from
The
Mumu
volley
helping.
Q hitting the stun right in volley E.
Very nice. Oh, does he have smite? He doesn't have smite. He can't get health. Keep running,
But can he
Mumu.
get to tower?
He should be fine. Why are you running that way? Why are you running that way? Also, we saw Ari.
Oh?
He is playing mind games. Where is the communication? For the spot lane. What are you doing?
No, he
Mumu.
tried to cue the the big raptor.
barely
Unfortunate.
I'm actually curious how off he was with that.
Not very.
Yeah, I
He was
don't think
actually
so.
rather close on the hook.
Quite a bit of damage going to the Zuri here, since Ezreal does have his Essence Reaver already completed. Since I think that's only a 30,000 item, and any of the crit mythics are 32. So he is definitely going to get that a little bit earlier, and the fact that Zuri has Berserker Greaves. So they're probably about close on gold, which actually Ezreal is up because he has those 2 assists. So that also helps.
One very annoying thing about Ezreal is just how fast he can spam abilities. Because every time he hits something with his Q,
It's on a shorter
it
cooldown.
reduces the
Yeah.
cooldowns of
The-
all his other
The
abilities.
biggest annoyance with Ezreal is he's so safe, but yet at the same time can have so much poke damage.
Indeed. As with a
Amumu's actually bot lane here. Very nice. Ooh, that shouldn't have gone on to Amumu. Amumu should have went on to Gallia though. That should have not have been a Q on the Ezreal.
Zeri 100% would have secured that kill.
100%. But very good job on Ezreal, I will have to say, to go forward there. Know that he is kind of screwed no matter what, and might as well just get the 1-for-1 trade. We do see Ornn up top side. Sorry, blame Thomas. It looks like Ornn did get us another kill onto the set here. He is just steamrolling this.
Yeah, there's a 3-1 and 2 orange.
So they
Got
have
Gallia ult coming
Gallia
in, make
ulti
this a
coming down.
3v2.
Mumu in a
Very
really bad spot, but
unfortunate.
Ornn.
Crimson.
Oh, did you see that orb? He tried to flash to get the orb onto the Galio. Wasn't able to. Using his new ulti to get some nice more charges.
He does have another ulti.
He does, and he
And
has
it's a
he
very
has the-
squishy Ezreal.
He does have the crew following up on him. That is a double kill onto the Ari. Nice charm right before the flash there. Unfortunately, doesn't have flash or anything to follow up and is out of dashes. So Cho'Gath will get out with his life. But that was a double kill, and I think a kill on the Amumu as well. No, it was just a 1-for-2. But Ornn going really aggressive onto the set again. Where's Death Mouse?
Good question, Colby.
They're talking about Ornn. I don't know if he'd be interested in casting. I'll have to ask him. This is his dream game to watch. True. Ornn is really far ahead this game.
Yeah, indeed.
And speaking of ahead, he is abusing that fact. Ari's going to have to look out here because School of Mines is sending Brigade to mid lane here. But that does leave Zuri and Nami to get quite a bit of damage here.
High Weevil are unaware of what he's walking into.
He almost got out of the taunt though. Just doing a really nice job. Actually,
Zeri Charm?
Zuri Charm. Ari Charm.
Nah, I meant Zeri Charm.
He actually dodged the Volibear ulti, which is really nice.
That's just how fast and mobile
Yeah,
Ari
definitely.
is, and it's absolutely fantastic.
That last fight was only 1-for-2. Ezreal, very nice E over the wall, very sticky position. We don't care about top lane. Sorry, you're doing an amazing job, but this is a more interesting fight.
It's an island.
True.
Got a nice 4v4
So-
setting up here.
School of Mines started the dragon here for some reason. Zuri ulting over the wall to jump onto the Ezreal. Crimson, no, Crimson, you gotta be in the fight here. But DSU is still
He
doing
did
an
get the
amazing
S, and
job.
nobody's down. They can definitely secure the Galio
Yeah,
here.
definitely. And then
If they get it, they could.
they're
Well,
going for it. He's going to secure the Volibear. Very nice charm, and that is going to be DSU Dragon.
Fantastic.
I would have
triple kill.
liked to see Crimson not greed for the Ezreal, but Nami and I believe Amumu there doing a really good job just surviving long enough to stop School of Mines from getting anything. Ooh, flashing onto the set here, and that should be a pretty free kill for Ornn here. as he is going to let Bambi Cinder just finish it off. Cinder, my bad. Ari is very big. The entirety of DSU is very big, except our bot lane, which are still basically ahead.
I mean,
so.
1-1-5 on a Zeri,
especially
against an ADC who's not fed. Like that's still pretty huge.
It is really good. It is probably the closest lane in this game.
Pop-Pop's gaming.
True.
I mean, at this point, the set is worth about as much as an Abraham game, which
he was worth 176.
Kind of physically hurts me. Like that is a little bit brutal. Yeah, so let's just get this back to directed
I don't know
camera.
Why it freaked out.
That one's 100% undeniable Coley's fault.
I'm messaging somebody about our command that we made like 10 minutes before stream.
Exclamation, a CCL. See, we got a bit of a fight going on here around Herald, trying to pick it up before Baron spawns.
Come on, get back over there. There we go.
And School of Mine just going to kind of disengage, which honestly, not a whole lot that can be done.
Nah, they're just really far behind in damage, and with granted they didn't have Ari there, the biggest damage, but Zuri, the rest of DSU is still really scary to be fighting there, and with Ari not being, with Set not being very Ari playing with fire right now.
Ooh,
getting the trade off.
Unfortunate, very close.
Actually, that was a shutdown that was Ignite that finished it off. So that's a shutdown towards Galio and not Ezreal, which is going to kind of hinder School of Mines, not gonna lie. But what I would say, the fact that they were down a person, so it was a 3v2 with Set not being the greatest right now, with him being a little bit behind, that was 100% the play just to back off there. It definitely wasn't able to win that fight, so unfortunately did have to give that up for School of Mines.
And we do have Kraken Slayer on the Zeri finished.
When I went shield bow, so that could also be why my damage was very lacking. Very nice Nami ulti. Zuri ulti coming out, Set ulti coming out. There's a lot happening. I think I saw Volibear ulti in the middle of that. Ezreal's here. Ooh. But Ornn wasn't in the fight. Nami just have to run a little bit longer.
Of damage coming from the Zeri.
Yeah.
What you get
shouldn't have gone for that. Honestly, should have kept running towards the Ahri.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. We were kind of zoomed out a bit too far. It was so hard to tell what was happening because all I could see was health bars.
That's just League.
All I could see was health bars.
Here, is that zoomed in close enough for you?
No, a little bit closer, please.
Sorry, that's as close as I can get. I can zoom out as far as we want.
No. Stop devolving. So we got Ahri about to jump on the Ezreal on bot lane here.
But she is going to be seen by a ward here. Ezreal's just kind of laughing it off.
Nice.
Ulti
Ahri does have ult. So
I was hoping she'd ulti over
we could really make something happen here.
But Volibear is in the... That was a huge fight for School Mine. Volibear is in the area.
The electrocute proc. Absolutely brutal.
Dang, didn't have Ignite onto the Ezreal.
Does
Very
have
nice
ult.
Flash.
Does have ult.
Oh. The WQ from the Ezreal. Unfortunate. And that's what we're talking
Flash
about.
ulti right there, but not in Ignite range.
But that was the biggest issue we were talking about with Zuri dying mid lane to the Cho'Gath and I believe the Galio.
Can we talk about Ahri's items? I'm gonna harass him for that. I understand it might work, but Leandri's, come on.
He may have thought that, with Galio and Cho'Gath being in this fight, unfortunate that Nami was the only one trying to
almost
protect
had
that tower.
Almost had it too. Nami does have the damage to pull that off.
I think Crimson's thought here is the fact that they do have Galio, Cho'Gath, and Volibear. He probably thought Cho'Gath was going to go more tanky, and the tank burn would be a whole lot better. Still probably just went
Pop snow. Oh,
Pop snow. Then you remember he's a really ahead Ornn, so he doesn't take that much damage.
High Weaver Learns here. We got tanks.
Very nice flash ulti there.
Two ults.
Oh, he barely missed the ulti. You do see Zuri on the sidelines with ulti, but should be able to clean up this fight. Nope. Cho'Gath ate him.
Gets Cho'Gath executed.
No, Ahri. Help the Amumu.
Ahri can still pull it off.
He can still clean this up. We
got Nami coming.
Does have Nami coming. Very nice charm here.
The Q, it's huge. Hits it on the recall, but unfortunately he already W'd. He can clean it up. He can indeed do that. Yeah, that is a very good point. DSU is kind of on. They are fed and they are ahead, but they are kind of playing above their bounds here.
They are
getting a little bit risky with it.
They are dropping quite a bit. You can tell just from the lack of communication.
Ezreal is now 2 levels up on
and Ezreal is
Dragonson.
very scary here. I'm assuming this is. Oh, actually, no. This is Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is also is coming quite far ahead because, in my opinion, AP Cho'Gath is extremely cheese because his ulti just does a lot of damage, and he's still tanky because of the health that his ulti gives.
Free health.
So yeah, I do actually want to see. Let's see if I can do this correctly. It should be that one. He is at 9 stacks right now, which is massive.
Especially if they've almost all came from champs.
Most likely not. I can actually see real quick. 4 came from champs, so he can still eat 2 more minions. And you know what's interesting about it? If he eats jungle camp, that counts towards like the minions consumed. But if he eats epic monsters like dragons or barons, it actually doesn't count towards it. So he could technically have 10 stacks and eat 0 champions.
Interesting.
Yes, very.
Cho'Gath jungle time.
No.
AP Cho'Gath jungle time.
No.
Why?
No. Also, all of DSU spotted on a ward here, so they know that they can play a little bit up more. They do have Cho'Gath splitting in the side lane here. They are going to have to worry about that eventually. Ooh, Kraken Essence is what Zuri is going right now. So
I guess Q would proc that, technically speaking.
Yes, and it makes more sense to make her more single target since her on hit only gets affected once. So I mean, it does make a little bit more sense to make her a little bit more.
And
single
while we're
target.
talking about Zeri items, that is Ornn upgraded Kraken Slayer on the Zeri.
She did get the first one. Okay,
She did, and it is 14.
I would have maybe put that very nice E from Zuri to completely disengage that. I would have honestly put that onto the Ahri, but Zuri might have been a little bit closer.
Either or,
absolutely
absolutely 1v1ing the Cho'Gath here.
I'd say you may be ahead, but you can't do anything against the Fed Ornn.
He thick.
Ahri, I think, has been spotted out. Going to get a nice bit of damage onto the Volibear.
Doesn't have enough burst with the Leandrins.
Yeah, no, that was very interesting.
I mean,
to go.
even with 3 tank, it's just...
Zuri going really aggressive onto the Ezreal here, just using the minions as a little bit of a bait. Very nice. That's bait. Don't question my wording.
Very good.
Very
Nami ult there.
And Mumu Q. Just to protect Zuri from... Ooh, very nice.
Mumu on top of Ezreal's head right here.
Very nice.
Absolutely locking him down for the entirety of the fight, waiting for Dragonson to clean up.
As he does on Mumu quite well. See, now you take Inhibitor in and walk out of their base with their Hextech portals. It's the best thing you can do when it's Hextech gates.
Meeman. We got drag up in I have no idea how much time.
Because they changed the timing. I don't know.
Probably fix that.
Huh?
Looks like they might be trying to leave, but at the same time, it looks like they're trying to bait a fight.
Yeah, 2 of them are going to use the Hextech gate to get out, and the rest is just going to walk away like normal. We do have Ornn pushing in bot lane here. Charm missing, Ahri missing Charm there. They do have to be really close attention here because Cho'Gath and Ezreal are going to be back in this fight. So they are going to have to have a 5v5 around this tower here. And it looks like Ornn is going to be giving Ahri her item. And I was semi-correct, it was 14 for the first ally item. So it's 13 when Ornn gets it and then 14 for your first ally.
Yes.
Ahri taking quite a bit of damage.
Nami only
doing
hitting Cho'Gath.
It did a really good job to zone out School of Mines from trying anything there to try to burst the Ahri. So even though it didn't seem like it did a lot, it actually did quite a bit.
That it did.
You're welcome for telling me.
Did you want me to say no? Stop looking at me like that.
You're just like, oh, bad Nami ulti.
I didn't say bad.
You just said it only hit the Cho'Gath.
Was I wrong?
I mean, true.
Exactly.
But it did a lot of
Question me
zoning.
not, young one.
A, I think you're younger than me. B,
You don't have a B, do you?
you're lower ranked than me.
But good one. So we have both teams going for a reset here. Drake up in but a few moments.
Yeah, unfortunately we cannot see, so it looks like DSU is going to try to get some vision around here, but it looks like School of Mines is also going to be trying to do the same. Ari does have to be careful here. She does have ulti to try to get out, just doing try to get a bit of damage. Actually, we see Shogath with what is it called? Something chains? Athena's chains? Not Athena's chains.
Anathema.
And yeah, there
I
you
don't
go.
know.
It's something
Anyway,
chains.
so we got a fight, which is a really fun place to have a fight because it's just an absolute choke point.
Yeah,
So
huge-
stuff like Orange ult and Nami ult, where it goes in
And
a line, and you have to
Nunu
run
ulti.
on the sides.
Yeah, and
It's-
Nunu ulti.
With Ari running down
Yeah.
the Ezreal in the back lane, and that's
Why are you
full
guys going
clear.
to Dragon? You can just end the game. Okay, it looks like they did decide just to turn around and end the game here.
I know somebody is in that room yelling right now.
It's probably Dragonson. But yes, it looks like this is going to be game one for the side of DSU. Very great showing from DSU. Some miscommunications we saw in mid lane, and School of Mines did a really good job taking advantage of that. And actually did come back a little bit with their gold lead. But very good job on the side of DSU here to push that and finish that out, and eventually late game just come better prepared as a team. So very good showing. I should probably get out so they can invite me again. But very good showing from DSU.
That was. No, it was a great game. Like Colby said, School of Mines really started kind of coming back there. Around in the middle of the game, where DSU was playing a little bit less safe, kind of limit testing just about every fight they got into.
Mhm.
But luckily they were ahead far enough that it gave them a nice buffer, some really good cushion to play with, and they ended up kind of turning it back into their favor, especially with that absolutely beautiful team wipe. What do you keep?
Sorry that I'm laughing. My heart, my watch went off saying that I had a heartbeat of above 120 for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't
doing
get why
that.
you're so jittery. That's my job.
Because I have it's your job. Because I have to have an energy drink when I drive. And I got back to Madison
You're
like
not
an
driving,
hour and a
though.
half. I got
You're
back to
sitting.
Madison an hour and a half ago. So
Drink some water.
I did not grab my water.
Hydrate.
And I will not have LaCroix, and I don't think there's any water in
Hey,
there.
you might want to go to spectate.
Nah, I'm going to be the support for this game.
You're gonna make them yell at me.
True. Alright, TV static in the fridge. I don't like a LaCroix.
It's not
It's
even
too
flavored though.
It's too spicy.
Crack it, leave it open, let it go flat. You've got a can of water.
Yeah. Wait a month for it to go flat.
Stir it. Everybody eats. You can't even spell it right. You don't get to talk trash. You can't even spell it right.
Does any,
Look. Can you bully him for that?
unfortunately, I don't have access. What does that say?
R.
What does the second message say? Don't get shocked.
We need to start before Colby and Thomas start on a tangent.
Oh, what?
What do we do if they start on a tangent? You
Oh,
can't
if we
stop
started
us.
on a tangent. What tangent should we go on?
Where to start?
Where to start? Let me know what tangent I should go on. I should probably also tell them.
So- You got sine, cosine, and tangent. Right? You feel me?
Oh, we're actually in, so no tangent for us.
That's a shame. I can still tangent. You know I can.
Never submit anybody to drinking that. Ari being the first ban for School of Mines here.
Can't imagine why.
I'm not surprised.
Ari, even not going meta Ari build, was a very big competitor last game.
She did fall off quite hard because she didn't go more bursty towards late game, but still very strong that game.
Honestly, the biggest trouble they had with Ari the last game was locking her down, because she didn't do a lot of burst damage, but she was able to just jump around and not get hit by anything.
True, because of her ulti there. So We do see Urgot here for the side of DSU. I'm assuming we're going to see the same bands for DSU there. The Nasus coming out. And then what was their last band? Swain. We'll most likely see the Swain. And then I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Orn or Mumu ban here. They might also just be looking at picking up the Mumu first. Because I know teams have done that to us in the past.
Possibly. I mean, he's just... He's very easy to play.
Yeah, very easy to play.
And he can be put in to a lot of different situations and provides just about every team with a lot of good util.
And deciding to ban the Zuri, they thought late game Dragonson Hunter did way too much damage on that Zuri, which he did quite do a lot of damage
Kraken
on
Slayer.
it. Yes.
Against a team with 3 tanks, an ADC with Kraken Slayer is brutal.
Especially with how much AoE she can get with her ulti. I do kind of stand by, obviously Dragonson Hunter did a really good job, but I do kind of stand by what I was saying. You just blow up way too fast. I'm not a huge fan of the crit build because of that. You can't be as like, I'm going to run in and 1v9 them at 15 minutes because I have 3 items. You have to play more safe.
Ezreal first pick.
I'm not surprised.
Gonna run for it again. He did start coming back there at the end.
Yes, he was doing quite a bit of damage. Probably School of Mine's highest damage dealing that game. So I'm not fully surprised that they decided to first pick it here. You know, I was saying Dragonson Hunter didn't like to play this.
Maybe he does now?
Maybe. Oh, no, Siri coming out. Siri. Sivir coming out. And Vi.
We have seen High Weebler do some very disgusting things on Vi.
Very good things on Vi. Also, not a huge fan of the Sivir pick.
I'm also not. I mean, she's good in ARAM, but this ain't ARAM.
I think she's been coming up back in meta quite a bit. She does provide a lot of team utility with her ulti and a lot of survivability with her spell shield. My issue is she just doesn't do that much damage in my opinion. She's kind of meh on that. But yeah, prove me wrong, as Dragonson Hunter has done multiple times.
If they 5-stack up into a choke point and Sivir hits a Q on all of them, like that is pretty big.
Do a lot of damage, but
especially if they're all a little bit squishier. Which with a Mundo they are not.
Yeah,
they are not squishy with a Mundo.
It looks like School of Mines didn't like their top laner on set, so deciding to throw him on maybe a tank and maybe allow him to do a little bit more here. So Shyvana as the jungler.
Not necessarily.
They have Mumu locked in. I mean, Mundo locked in. You really think they're going to go Shiv top, Mundo mid? Or Shiv mid? Why?
Shiv.
Why?
Because the cheese.
Why?
Crimson's not going to know how to play against it.
Neither will School of Mines.
He'll probably try to play Yas against it and just not do good. We know how that goes.
School of Mines because that jungler is barely relevant in jungle right now.
They don't have to know how to play against it. They're playing as it.
So Ornn being the last pick for the side of DSU here, they're also trying to kind of figuring that it's Mundo top, like a sane person. They're actually banning Cho'Gath.
That's going to be the end.
They thought Cho'Gath was.
He was very annoying.
He was
super
very
tanky.
Annoying.
He has the knockup.
Yeah.
He has
a lot of damage.
Silence.
Full AP. Yeah.
It was highly annoying.
Also, something we didn't point out: they didn't ban Victor or Vladimir. And
they just
DSU,
banned Victor.
Well, first round I meant, and DSU decided to let it go through. So one thing I had.
Well, with Vi and Ornn, they're getting their safe picks in, so they can kind of wait to counter pick some things, which I think is a good choice.
Which they didn't allow Crimson to do a lot this semester. It was usually the last pick was left for pop-ups in the top lane.
Indeed, but he did
no
so
cures
good.
For fools.
Oh,
because Ornn knock up, Vi knock up.
True, blast cone.
I yelled at Thomas before we started streaming to not start a replay in the middle of a team fight.
No one could have seen that team fight coming. It was hardly even a team fight.
I think
so. The Renata pick.
I think you were the only one who didn't know there was going to be a team fight.
Renata mid.
No.
I'm kidding. It's Renata support.
She does a lot of damage with full AP, but then she just falls off hard when she doesn't have utility. It is going to be support.
Only time will tell.
Leona.
Leona Ezreal. Now that could be very good. Another
Yes,
good
it
tank
can be.
engaged support.
It allows Ezreal to be more aggressive, especially once he gets his Essence Reaver online. It allows him just to do quite a bit of damage, and Leona has that lockdown for this bot lane. So yeah, and Leona's probably the best support to go against Sivir because like you can spell shield her E, but you can't spell shield the Q. One thing you can do though is you can time it. You have just enough time if you let the E hit you to spam your E to spell shield Leona's Q. So we're most likely going to see that a lot from the Sivir. You can also spell shield the E and then flash away from the Q. I know it's very boring. You don't have to yawn though.
Gragas mid?
No, yes,
Mundo
no.
mid.
Rise mid. I really don't know.
I've never seen him play Rise before.
It looks like maybe Gragas mid. Please don't tell me it's Shiv mid. Please don't tell me it's Shiv.
Please be Shiv mid.
No.
That'd be way too funny.
Please, thank you.
No.
Okay. Here's the few issues I have with Shyvana.
She's terrible.
Oh, yes.
She's a dog water champ, and her only
AP
good thing is going after is the bonus she gets against Drakes.
Her AP damage has downgraded quite a bit. So you do see Shivs go more hybrid, more tankier, and then a little bit of AP for that extra damage. You've also been seeing Shivs go more bruisier and just full tank. So straying away from that like quote-unquote AP assassin that she used to be against squishies with Dragon Form E, my biggest issue with Shyvana here, especially into a Vi, she is going to get beat out almost entirely early game from the Vi just because Vi can out damage her quite a bit, and she has very little impact early game. She can make a huge impact with Dragon Form once she hits 6, but pre-6 she's like Master Yi, like, or a Rengar. Like, what are you gonna do with a Rengar pre-6?
Yeah.
Hope they get close enough to a bush? Like,
Rar.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, mid lane, you can pretty easily gank that as a pre-6 Rengar.
If they're far enough ahead.
The jump range is pretty far.
But it's still very situational, and it's not the best situation in all situations.
Definitely doable. Or you wait for the top laner to come down and ward, and you just rar.
But that could take, like, a minute off of your clear, and then the other jungler is like, oh, hey, I cleared my entire jungler and made an impact in mid lane while you're sitting in this bush.
Jeez.
Talk to me about cheese.
What are you, from Wisconsin? I thought your thing was corn.
And ranch. Don't forget the ranch.
If I ever want to mess with somebody from Nebraska, I just start telling them different corn recipes. And I've gotten, like, just screeching at me because, like, I grill corn and I season it. Like,
that
with my own.
sounds really good.
It is fantastic. But people... See, thank you. Thank you, Frog. Nobody like Nebraska. All y'all got is corn and hot. Y'all ain't special. Ain't got nothing.
I'm trying to think the Nebraska slogan.
Nebraska has a slogan?
Yes,
Why?
I believe it's called. Or not. You can just say the Midwest. You don't have to actually like point all of them out.
See, not true. South Dakota has Mount Rushmore. Do you have a mountain with people's faces carved into it?
We have a natural mountain called Chimney Rock.
Okay. So does
It's
it have,
on the west side
does
of
it have-
Nebraska. But I've never been there.
Does it have
before.
faces carved into it?
No.
Exactly. Y'all got nothing but some corn.
Corn in Omaha. Yeah, that's about it. The slogan is, I think it's like "Welcome to the Good Life."
Omaha is
I'm actually-
aggressively mid. I'm just gonna say it.
I hate big towns, so I hate Omaha.
Omaha's but it's aggressively mid. Carhenge. It is true you got Carhenge, but
True, I forgot about
it's
that.
just a cheap knockoff of Stonehenge. What is Mount Rushmore a cheap knockoff of? Nothing. The real people's faces? Well, it's a monument, so it's dedicated to their faces. You feel me?
What is it?
Equality.
Also,
Equality
Nebraska is the
before
home
law?
of. Yes, but there's one that if you go into Nebraska, you see. I believe it's like "Welcome to the Good Life." Nebraska was also the creators of Arbor Day as well. So,
Welcome to the what?
welcome to the good life.
so glad we're getting into the game right now, so I don't have to listen to any more of that fallacies. All right, let's see if it hard bugs out again.
Also, apparently, honestly, it's not for everybody. Yeah, see, Nebraska, the good life. And it says home of Arbor Day. I pass that every single time.
That looks photoshopped.
It is not, because I pass that every single time I go back home, because I pass through Vermilion sometimes, and Yankton, actually. And I see it both times. Anyways.
Game.
All my Nebraska homies in chat, which is probably nobody.
They don't want to be in chat because they know they're about to get slandered.
Ah! Blame it on Thomas. Okay, so it looks
Can't
like
believe you've done this.
So it looks like School of Mines is going for a top invade this time, and it looks like DSU is finally going for 5 point.
Not finally. They do that every now and then. Orin, turn around.
Turn around, Orin. Run towards that tower. All right, and Sivert is going to get a deep ward. Actually, Vi is walking behind them to get an even deeper ward. So very good job noticing that they're all just here and backing off from that. And she's just going to walk through mid lane here. Actually, she is going to recall for her sweeper. And what wards is School of Mines going to get down? Please tell me they ward.
Yeah, just one in that bush.
Did they throw a ward in that bush?
Shiv did.
Oh, yeah, they did. Awesome.
I was going to say, Shiv warded somewhere.
So, still really good job from DSU to recognize, again, the fact that, the fact that they did try to invade there and getting some deeper visions to know when, where, A, Shyvana is going to start, and B, when Shyvana is going to be at her blue buff. Also, I think Ezreal laughed because they assumed that DSU was in the bush. But yeah. Normal start for both sides here. Main thing we will want to watch early game here is the impact of both junglers and see if I am correct with what I was saying. Ornn actually beating out Mundo here because Mundo's taking quite a bit of damage from the minions here. Ooh, nice flash from, very nice flash from Ornn to clean that up. Very nice flash from Mundo to get out of there. Probably shouldn't have been fighting early on in the first place, especially with that many minions. But you know.
And we're going to see another very early lead from Ornn here.
Without the help of Vi.
Corrupting pots on Ornn.
Yes, because you can build items anywhere, so you go corrupting pots for the sustain, and then if you really need it at 450, you can just build yourself a D shield.
That is true.
So I know that's a very popular start on him. I usually don't go that start, but I understand why people go that start. And so a thing that Ornn is going to have to worry about is Mundo's spell shield.
Yes.
With his brittle W. So Mundo does have a bit of security with that. Ooh, actually not being in tower range.
2 levels on the Mundo.
Not being in tower range there.
This is going to be another probably aggressive play style for Pop-Pops here on top lane. Who is opting to back, but will not lose very much with his TP and Mundo being so far behind. Sivert hitting some very good damage there on the Ez with the Q recall. Looks like Vi might be trying to set up a gank on mid, but Shiv is going to get vision plant on her. They're going to know where she's at.
And Vi will be able to pick this up. It looks like Ornn is also roaming down, and Vi is running over as well. They are going to push Shiv into top lane here, but they will know that Vi is starting this, so Vi still has to be careful here. It looks like she is just going to decide to back out here. Ornn was ready to rotate over, and it looks like there is a fight happening mid. Playing Thomas. Ooh, very nice flash from the Gragas to get out of the way. Good flash from the Vi to try to get closer to that. Oh, and there's a fight happening bot lane. Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
Renata W saving the day.
And Sticky Hand to get Leona away from her as well. Leona flashing, but Vi coming down. Very nice. I honestly thought she wasn't going to make it over that wall. Very good.
And that is testament to the skill level of Brewha, Dakota State support. Just absolutely fantastic plays there.
Very unfortunate. That E kind of sealed Ornn's fate there. I think he was doing this the last time he played Ornn, and I I told him not to use his E. I know it's good damage. It was somebody. I can't remember. I know it's good damage, but the knockup is 10 times more useful with his E. His E is worthless without the knockup. Ooh, sticky hand. I thought that was Sivir, not Renata. And it looks like Leona is going to find the Vi, and Vi is just going to dash away. We do actually see the Shyvana. Now, the only benefit from Shyvana is her clear is, don't quote me on this, but I think the fastest in the game. At least one of the fastest.
I don't believe that.
Her clear is insanely fast.
I mean,
it's just her entire kit is kind of worthless. That's the only issue about it. Also, that's funny. Ornn's Q, the little knockup that Ornn's Q gives, force Mundo's spell shield off of him.
Which could be very huge to play into.
Yes, definitely. Which surprisingly is easy to get because Mundo's spell shield doesn't block slows. So it also slows and pretty easy to get the mini knockup as well to drop it. Very nice stun from the Rise. No, go back mid there. Vi really low, and it looks like she is going back. I'm assuming she left 2, actually. I thought she would maybe leave more. Sivir doing quite a bit of damage with that Q. Sticky hand, bring that Leona back. You ain't going anywhere with the sticky hand.
Here.
It's kind of modified because it's not fully get over here. It's just kind of like a you're going over here now. But yeah, Mundo actually going really aggressive onto the Ornn,
using Ornn, who kind of walked into tower range.
Ornn taking a tower shot to kind of seal his fate there. Trying to use the minions to block cleavers and have minions do quite a bit of damage to Ornn there. I mean Mundo there. But that is gonna kind of bring him back in. Actually, put him a little bit farther ahead.
That it will. Just right over the top. That will be Mundo 6, which makes him very hard to kill.
Very. Nice. Very good job using that engage from the Leona to stop, to actually gain benefit for DSU. And as I was talking, we do see Vi on the dragon. As I was talking, Sivir did let the E hit her, and then spell shielded the Leona Q. So it basically stops any further engage pre-6 that Leona can do. Because then she's really outpositioned from her ADC and can't lock down the enemy ADC. So as we saw, she just spell shielded the Leona Q, and then Sticky Hand came out from Renata, and they were just able to blow up the Leona here.
Gragas hitting a pretty solid stun on Crimson.
Vi coming in, ooh, barely missing the nice ulti to K. Ooh, that W healings barely saved him there.
Unfortunate.
I do want to point out, I am loving the picks that School of Mines picked, other than Rockamid. I know these are also untraditional.
Other than what?
Last time we played against School of Mines, they played Rockamid.
Oh, I thought you were saying about this game. I'm like,
no. Last time we played against them, going a whole lot better for them than the Rockamid. So very good job on School of Mines to recognize that and decide to not decide to go get it, go with it again.
We do have Shiv trying to set up a gank.
Trying to do something top, but Mundo is getting really low, and Ornn is pretty safe under tower.
Mundo still has ult though.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're either waiting for Ornn to go in, like now.
Oh, beautiful time.
Yeah, beautiful time.
Honestly, Mundo probably could have soloed in this situation with his ult.
Yeah, I'd say that's exactly what they were waiting for. Unfortunately, Leona catching out the Renata. And Sticky Hand wasn't enough bot lane there for them.
It is, however, still a 2-0-1 Sivir.
True.
Which is dangerous.
No, the spell shield. I actually mid here. Gragas is going to see that. You know, School of Mines did a really good job to play champions that are more...
Ooh, the E flash narrowly saving himself.
And flashing forward.
Beautiful.
Doesn't have spell shield for this Leona here.
If she can get to tower.
Nah, she fine.
I mean, 2 levels up, already have her.
Spell shield.
Mana Moon? I think Mana Moon's the upgraded. Muramana's the upgrade. Yeah, Mana Moon is the upgrade.
Muramana is the upgraded. I don't know. They're kind of the same. Very good job on Sivir there to pick up that kill. 3-0 Sivir now. I do have to admit, School of Mines is doing a really good job of playing this game more safe laners to kind of deny Vi any gank opportunities.
That is true. As a jungler, it's a lot harder to have a good impact if all the other enemy laners just stay safe and stay under tower. Have a nice little 2 1v1s here.
I would say, but this was Leona dying. Actually, Ezreal dying again, bot side. But this is the
Ooh, unfortunate.
and it looks like Gragas is barely going to get out.
Gragas once again narrowly going to escape.
Rai's getting stunned, so he won't be able to use ulti there, and it looks like first tower is going to go to DSU. But that's what I was talking about with if Vi and Shyvana ever met in jungle, it is 100% Vi's fight, just because Shyvana just can't output that much damage early. And we actually do see her going Nashers, which is interesting because I'm curious if she's going to be trying to go full AP or if she's going to go Frostfire after this. Something just to be looking out for. And it looks like School of Mines is looking to try to get this Herald early, which funnily enough they didn't get the early dragon, so she doesn't get the extra, I think it's like 5 armor and MR from it. But it looks like Vi is going to head top, not even knowing that they're on Herald right now. Ornn is really low. Very nice flash from the Mundo.
Gonna run to his team here.
They're going to see that the Leona is nearby. Vi's still trying to do a bit of damage, and it looks like they are just going to call this off, just for the fact that they did see the Leona there, and the fact that Ornn was super low. So very good job on School of Mines to clear that. Good flash from the Mundo there. I may need to sneeze again. Don't judge me.
I will judge you all I want.
There is a lot happening top.
There's so much happening top. Mundo's still just kind of attacking tower, as Mundo likes to do. We have High Weeblert and Bruja all the way up here, and so it looks like we got a bit of a lane switch.
And yeah, that's a dead rise. Shyvana ulti, everybody. And that's going to most likely be Herald placed mid lane here. Just Vi to try to stop it, so... And yeah, that's nowhere near being done. Yep. So... I don't think this will be tower. No, it will not be tower, but it will be quite a bit of damage onto tower. Just focus the minions, don't focus. Gragas, hit the eye. Why are you not hitting the eye? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna say DSU bot lane bullying the Mundo out. You may have a spell shield, but your damage does not protect you from a Sivir Q. I mean, your spell shield does not protect you from the damage of a Sivir Q. Vi detecting 4 on this dragon here and deciding it's not worth it to try to go in. Ornn needs to be careful here. Also, Ornn, ward over the wall, buddy. But it looks like they are gonna maybe go for
Vi, no.
Say, Vi walking in the wrong place.
Oh, Ezreal.
Sivir and Renata killing Mundo. It looks like in a tower dive up top side, which is very interesting. And Ornn just needed to run away. He is gonna try to make sure that they're not gonna get minions under this tower here, but Shyvana's also making sure that he can't get any more minions in his lane. So he is just going to try to fight this. And here comes the Cavalier, and he doesn't have flash up.
He almost has ult.
Oh, does get the unfortunate. Leona actually getting executed. Thank you, game, for telling me. Very unfortunate there.
But 5-0 and 1 Sivir.
Yes, 5-0 and 1.
Truth be told, does kind of surprise me just because Sivir, like, she's not a great champ.
And say Leona wasn't able to do a lot early game, and they were able
Vi
to use
looking
the
to clean up.
Very nice ulti. Very nice on the Ezreal. Just run away. There's so many minions on you. Ornn TPing down. Nice.
Oh!
Clip that.
Yeah, we're gonna clip that. I wonder if I got it. We'll find out later.
You should have. If it's 10 seconds.
I hit 15.
Yeah, plenty. Let's see if anything happens here. Then we will go back to that replay. Hit it back to that replay. So she actually got healing. I don't know from her Divine Sunder is where she got healing. Very nice ulti onto the Ezreal here, and then running away, waiting for her Q to come back up online to instantly Q back forward towards the Shyvana and using the healing.
Making Shyvana take the tower shot.
Yeah, that too.
Well played.
And using the healing from Sunder as well as I believe her shield from W she might have gotten to survive that. So very good job for Vi there to clean that up there. I honestly thought she was going to die, and then Ornn was going to have to clean it up with ulti. But very good job on Vi to stop that there. Renata W giving a bit of movement speed, which is really interesting. Mundo pushing for this tower, but Ryze is up here to stop him. Looks like he might just, unfortunately he is just going to run that tower down, but Rise might have enough damage to stop him in the middle of this minion wave.
But with Mundo
ulti, unfortunate. Mundo ulti and the burn from something.
Sunfire?
He was too far away for the Sunfire burn. Silver slightly late on that spell shield, but Renata doing a really good job of getting using sticky hand to get away. Very close fight.
Ornn
Unfortunately,
taking massive damage from the
Ornn
Ezreal.
doesn't have a mythic yet, so he isn't able to fully tank the damage from the Ezreal here. Flash forward, and Renata ulti coming out, and Gragas doing a really good job getting his ulti off before the Renata hits. And does she get revived? Unfortunately, doesn't get revived. So they were able to pick up the Vi, but still a 1 for 3 there on the side of DSU. So, 3 for 1 on the side of DSU. So very good job. And they are going to just run down this Mundo, but Mundo flashed onto the Sivir. Very nice Renata W. That's what we like to see.
I, for that reason alone, hate Renata.
Yes.
I put in so much work to take out the enemy champ.
And then
they just come back alive.
It is more disgusting than Action's W, his revive.
So very annoying.
I still kind of stand by the point. Her ulti can be devastating in certain scenarios, but isn't as broken as everybody thought it was going to be right away.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Half of the time, it's most likely just going to be a glorified charm, but still a really good ulti. Because if it is that choke point, like say in the jungle or something like that, it is devastating, especially if the enemy team has a really far ahead like Jinx or somebody who just auto attacks like crazy, then it is devastating for the enemy team. Also, we do see Shyvana with the Bambi Cinder, so she is going to be going Frostfire Giant Gauntlet most likely, and go more of a hybrid. Very nice sticky hand.
Frostfire Giant, by the way. 8-0-3 Sivir. Absolutely massive, huge shutdown there. Still hasn't quite fully procced the tier on Mana Moon.
Hey.
Yeah?
Which way's the library again?
I think it's that way. For those of you
who didn't
watching
catch
the stream, I'm pointing over that way. I know we don't have cams on, so I should help you out a little bit more.
For anybody that didn't catch the stream or catch the clip, he tried to point in a direction, like stream could tell which direction we were facing in the first place.
Well, that's what the issue was. I couldn't tell if they could tell if I was pointing the right direction.
To them, we're in a void.
So I clarified.
To them, we're in a void.
Yeah, I know.
Herald, School of Mines getting Herald again, and we'll be able to take out this tower, unfortunately. A second too late on the eye destruction there to stop that. Actually, it wouldn't stop it in the first place, but anyways. Mundo also getting the tower up top side.
Ornn's going to try to match, which
actually he got that a while ago. Yeah,
which isn't a great thing for Ornn.
No, he does have his mythic though, so he will be able to survive a little bit longer. Looking to tower dive here, very nice. Renata ulti.
Cleaning out the tower
really well. I was expecting that to go horribly, but the damage onto the Shyvana, because she doesn't have her mythic completed yet, was devastating. Almost poking out the Ezreal as well with the Sivir Q. They are going to have to be safe here. Getting the Mundo spell shoot off.
Ooh, Sivir W's.
Oh, W.
Sivir W's.
Very nice, very nice. Still have to watch out for that. And it looks like she is going to be going, actually that is into Grudge.
Yeah, my guess is Cyrilda's.
Yeah, Grudge. I just couldn't remember the first name of it.
Yeah,
Mundo catching out Rise.
She could go Lord Dom's here. I mean, they got a Mundo.
She has the
Gragas, but
she has the long sword, so 100% it's Grudge.
Could be a different item.
It's 100% Grudge because she has the long sword. If she didn't have the long sword, it could be either. But since the long sword is built towards the rest of Grudge, and it actually is a pickaxe for Lord Dom's. Ooh, 1 second off from the Shyvana finding the Sivir here, but they do still have to be careful here because the rest of School Mines is going to collapse onto this bot lane.
But sticky hand and blast cone.
I would say they are.
Oh, unfortunate timing. If Ornn can hit a good ult here,
very nice. More sticky hands.
But they do
stunning.
have 4 people running them down here up top.
They do, but they do have Sivir coming up. Very nice flash from the Renata to get out of that Leona flat. Orange just being bait right now, just being a meat shield. And here's Sivir just turn this fight around. And we do have Rise TPing in as well. And Sivir just running forward with her massive damage. Rise ulti going forward. Very awkward spot. I don't know why he chose there. But anyways, very good turnaround from DSU. And very good job Shyvana ulting to try to get a bit of damage onto the Sivir here with her AP. But good job from the Renata to A, use Ornn as a meat shield, and B, just as much survivability as she did do there. Just allow DSU to re-engage there, and turning that into basically lost endeavors for School of Mines there.
We should have Vi taking tower on bottom.
Just casually. She's not needed topside. They're fine.
Very
they
casually.
got it. It's fine. Now taking red buff.
May as well, man.
I mean, yeah, might as well.
I see no reason not to.
Well, Sivir takes out Raptors, because why not? Bleed them dry. Just reset. Bye, reset, please. Or, no, they're... Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
yes.
Oh,
no.
yes. Don't do it to her. She's already playing a useless jungler. She has been doing a really good job. Better early game than I was fully expecting. By IQ missing here, but now it's Mundo's turn to feel the wrath of the DSU. And they are able to pick that up.
A good job of running down the Sivir. Unfortunately,
Renata W.
Vi and Renata.
Yeah. But I will say this Shyvana was more useful early game than I was fully expecting. Still, unfortunately, just comes down to it's Shyvana. She falls off pretty easily late game. So yeah, there's that. DSU does have to be careful here, but they do have a Rise splitting mid. Ooh, Sivir really low, but she does have that spell shield to maybe save her.
She has
and
the
Renata
spell
W.
shield and 3 meat shields.
True, but Ezreal ulti. So
at this point, Ezreal just used his ult.
True, that too. And Rise was able to get quite a bit of damage on that mid lane tower. Oh no, Gragas. That was not his ulti. No, that was his ulti. That was his ulti.
Was, yeah.
Unfortunate. Was there a ward there? I think there was, right?
There
away.
was, yes.
Very unfortunate. Being really aggressive with their backing and paying for it. Good job on School of Mines to catch them there.
Stop looking at me, you creep.
Sorry, I had to...
I'm being harassed by Mr. Pig.
Who's that?
You.
That's not my name.
Bozo. They call me Stacy. That's not my name. Ornn in the choke point.
Edvi ulti. Leona.
Oh my.
Huge Renata ulti here. But they are going to burst down the Vi. Well, slowly chase down the Vi here. They are able to pick up the Mundo here. They do have to wait for the Sivir here. All their damage. Ornn going down right now. It is 2 for 2, but
Ezreal running them down.
They do have Sivir still coming in.
Sivir here to clean the day.
I'm say. Ooh, and she already used ulti, but
not gonna matter.
Not going to matter.
She is Sivir.
Sivir. Very good job. Here. Nope. There we go. No. There we go.
Sivir.
It's actually more Renata, but you know.
Sivir's the star of this show.
Okay. And there we go. Awesome. Unwinnable. Sivir too strong. Yes, but if they can blow up the Sivir, it's definitely a easy. It's a better team fight for School of Mines.
We did just see them right there.
When DSU go tie for a 5v4.
Yeah, kind of almost lost that fight there until Sivir showed up to clean things up.
And the Renata ulti being really good. It was a 4v5, but the Renata ulti allowed them to space it off quite a bit early on. And the fact that School of Mines did go after Vi. Trying to be non-biased here, Frog. Let us be non-biased.
Let us live our lives in neutrality, like Switzerland.
I'm in chat, unbiased. True. Understandable.
That's it. Somebody moderate this man.
He is already a mod.
That's the problem.
You can't time out under other mods, unfortunately. You can only unmod him, and I don't think mods can unmod mods. You heard me correctly, folks.
Modded. Like a race car.
Silver ulti coming down.
You mean Shyvana?
Well, both actually. Vi doing a really good job just to make sure Sivir gets out of this fight, and Ornn coming up to provide even more. But Sivir actually going down to Mundo, but the rest of DSU is here. Would you like to take it away for a few minutes while I think?
I would prefer if you stop talking, yes. So DSU just going to turn this into a free Baron, which at 25 minutes is going to be pretty big. They're just going to kind of march this down mid here.
Sivir did go down that fight, by the way.
I can tell. See how she's on counter? Oh,
Half a second too late there.
Very, very, honestly, good ult there from Ezreal.
Yes.
With no vision, and the fact that he still almost timed that perfectly. is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Don't make fun of me. I'd maybe have dyslexia.
We'll make fun of you regardless. Dyslexia doesn't count because you're speaking instead of reading.
It still counts.
Shut up. No.
It still counts.
Wrong.
I get my M's and N's
We
mixed
will
up all the
bully
time.
you regardless. Anyways, did you know that
You're stuck to full zoom. Have fun trying to commentate.
this is
them.
highly unprofessional?
That's what the circus is all about. You're trying to talk about
We're not
professionalism.
unprofessional. We're just funny.
You're trying
You're
to talk
just-
about professionalism.
You're
and
being rude.
You're part of the circus.
There goes Gragas' health because Sivir things, who now has a Ravenous Hydra, by the way.
Just Sivir thing. She is going to get collapsed on by the Mundo. She does have to be careful here. Looks like she has decided to stop pushing, but that damage. I'm sure funny would be the description. Sometimes chaos is funny.
You just don't get our sense of humor.
Exactly. It looks like the DSU first Ornn item coming out, obviously onto the Sivir. Makes the most sense. I think it actually got stopped. There we go. Ornn item coming out.
It did get stopped.
So Ornn item, I should say, coming out onto the
Blade of
Sivir,
Drekthar.
which is tremendous. Shyvana ulting just for the empowered E here, only hitting Ornn, which isn't going to help a lot. They do also have Ryze pushing in topside with Baron with just an Ezreal to try to stop him. I'm actually going to zoom out.
Slamming Qs into them, hoping one's going to hit because
Might
at this
as
point,
well.
if one of them hits, it's kind of over.
Yeah, very.
They are still pushing with Baron buff, which should have a decent
In
amount
multiple
of time left
lanes
on it.
too.
And that's 2 inhibs down. Ornn swooping in, grabbing. Did you grab 3 there? I think you grabbed 3.
I think there was only 2, but I wasn't paying close
High
enough
Weevil are
attention.
kind of cleaning things up.
I'm saying they're just able to push everybody off of here. No, not the Renata. Not the Renata. Ryze, what are you doing? Okay.
Just Rise things. And that will be
That will be
game
it.
2 end the series
Yeah.
for DSU. And that is playoff week 1 for League of Legends.
The DSU boys going to the LAN event. Woo. We hadn't had enough clips for this stream yet. So anyways, woo. I need to, you know those memes with the howling dog.
I've actually never seen any memes.
Anyways, thank you for joining us for this League of Legends playoff stream. As we mentioned at the beginning, and I will restate now, if you do !CCL, you will find the link to USD's Twitch page, which is all going to be streamed on there. We are also going to be hosting it, so if you can't find it or just choose not to find it, you will still be able to watch it through our Twitch stream. Also, join us in about an hour and a half for Valorant's playoff game against University of Iowa at 9. Also, stay tuned to our socials about when Rocket League is going to be playing their playoffs, and then also Wednesday, I believe, is another Smash TKO Wednesday. It is the paid weekly this time, so you will be seeing some of the Sulan guys for the people who do check into the Smash streams here. Anyways, exclamation point CCL to find send me information for that, and I think that's all I gotta say. great job from both teams there. DSU looking outstanding. I'm excited for this weekend to see how it goes. So, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic games. It was a lot of fun. Great plays all around. There were some mistakes. There were some outshining plays on both sides, and it was a really exciting match, and it was fantastic. I'm really interested to see what School of Mines is going to come back with next in the future and how they're going to grow from here. As for DSU, like Kobe said, you can catch us at the LAN event this weekend.
Definitely.
Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, yes. Those 2 days.
Sunday.
Sundays will be the finals of both league. I'm not 100% sure on the schedule, but it should be the finals for all 3 scenes, with Friday being the semifinals for all 3 scenes, and then I think 3rd and 4th place for Valorant and Rocket League. I don't fully know. All finals plus 3rd and 4th. Is it just Valorant 3rd and 4th, or is it both?
All finals.
All finals.
You said all finals.
Oh, and okay, yeah. We're talking about it. So yeah.
Basically, after
Semifinals.
Sunday, you're gonna know
Who wins?
each place
Yes.
every team got in the league.
Yes.
Overcomplicating everything.
I also think the schedule is posted somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, check us out this weekend in Vermilion, also on USD's Twitch page, ! CCL. The command will also be active the rest of this week. So if you're confused or anything, just hop in the chat, ! CCL. I think that's it for me.
You ramble a lot.
I know I do. Don't question it. Do you have one final inspirational quote to say?
I do.
Since it is probably the last time Circus will be on DSU stream.
CCL.
Exactly.
I do, yes. The wonder in life comes not from never falling. It comes instead from getting back up after you fall.
Sorry, I zoned out halfway through that, but thank you.
You didn't expect that to be a serious quote, did you?
I zoned out halfway through that.
You thought it was going to be brain dead.
Like everything else you said?
Not everything, just most things. You can't just generalize me like that.
True. See what Frog said? It's honestly true. First time based.
Based on
True.
what?
Me not losing brain cells.
Too late.
Anyways, are you gonna get set to bring it over to the end of the stream? We are going to stop stream just because I don't want an hour and a half break in between. But yes,
and we also don't have a delay on this one, but the next one will need it.
True, I didn't think about that. But yes, check us out at 9:00 for the Valorant playoffs here as Thomas is getting to the end of the show. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. Bye.